You know, we live in a world where everybody's saying that you have to feel better, you have to feel better, you have to run away from those bad feelings because they're so bad and so bad. We need safe spaces, we need to avoid hate, we need to avoid hateful words, and so on and so forth. Here is the issue with that. It creates an internal atmosphere of deep avoidance, of escapism, of trying to avoid the things that you are and things that you experience. And in the long run, it creates more problems than it solves. In fact, it empowers weakness. It empowers a character of avoidance. And in this video, I just want to share a few quick thoughts and the principles behind the psychology of why this type of avoidance is not good for you. In fact, you will be worse off in the long run, and why you should learn to be okay with not being okay. Here's the reason for that. Whatever you're experiencing right now, you're probably thinking, I would like to experience something else. I would like to live a better life. I would like to feel better. I'd like to feel happier. I'd like to feel more confident, more loved, and so on and so forth. The problem arises when you try to create that in yourself, because if you're trying to create that in yourself, you're probably experiencing something negative inside of negative, right? Some negative feelings and all of that. So you try to suppress that, or you try to escape from it, you try to avoid it. The problem is that the feelings that you experience inside yourself are not really something that can be avoided. How do you avoid your own internal thoughts and feelings? There's nowhere to run. You can't segment your mind into different rooms. How are you going to do that? You can sedate yourself with some drugs or distractions, but that's not going to work in the long run. And even most importantly, if you're looking for that confidence and drive and love and all of that, notice one seemingly paradoxical thing, which is that you will probably attain those when you accept the things that you're experiencing right now. Why is that the case? Well, as long as you are running away from your insecurities, you will always have something in the back of your head telling you that, oh yeah, but remember this? As long as you feel unloved, right, and you want love, you'll always say, yeah, but remember that? The seeming paradox almost is, if you face that and allow yourself to experience that, at first it'll be like, oh, this is really awful. But what will happen is you will start recontextualizing yourself around that. So you'll go, okay, I'm feeling really awful. But guess what? I guess I'm not dead, you know? It's not the end of the world. And then you'll start realizing, wait a second, maybe this doesn't have as much power over me than I thought it has. The thing is, due to me running away from it, I almost empowered it. I gave it so much power that it became this huge boogeyman because I was running away from it. And just like in a dream, when I stopped and I looked back at it and I faced it, sure, it's unpleasant, but maybe it's not as terrifying as I thought it was. And if you are seeking real transformation, you will notice that that's how you attain it. You do need positive reference points. This is why you need to engage in active meditations, in active rewiring, in active self-programming. You need to have visions and goals where you go, okay, this is what I want to get. And I did a little practice and, oh yeah, I now kind of know how that feels. And that is very good for you. That is very beneficial for you. But you'll only really get further down that line when you look back into what you already have inside of you and you accept it and you live with it until you realize that it's not actually a thing of such intense control like you thought it was. And that really is the game changer, and that really is the point of this video today. It's not enough to just create these visions for the future. You have to turn back into the mud, the lead around you, and say, okay, this is also here. And when you will do that, you will start experiencing a pretty severe transformation inside yourself, because you're no longer as conflicted deeply internally as you were before. And that's a very liberating moment. You start realizing that the things that you were so afraid of, that you were so running away from, wait a second, it's acceptable. It's something that you can get through. And that's a powerful place to be.